dang, that's another thing. That whole answer, what you just said is another thing that applies to everything.
Yep.
Even like you say, as a leader, in a with the chain of command and all your guys that works with your kids, your friends, or just even in general, like at the gym. If I used to work with this guy, and man, he was the nicest guy. He'd always have compliments, but the kind of compliments that are kind of too good. Like, man, I don't know. Let's say I'm wearing a new shirt and be like, man, that shirt is fucking awesome. and then
I've never been told that one time in my life. You're gonna have to come up with a different compliment.
But he would do that he would say, give you compliments,
right,
but just overdo it a little bit too much, just a little bit, just to step outside of the realm of it being believable.
Yep.
So the kind where he'd be like, man, that's awesome shirt, and then he'd walk away or whatever. There's a nightclub, and he'd come back and be like, man, that is an awesome shirt. It's hard to believe, given what I know about this person, that you're that into
your shirt,
my shirt,
yeah.
Right? Just for
maybe it's just
example.
into you.
See, and that would be a thing if there was other indicators, right? So it's a whole persona. So it takes you being consistent and all these things that you're saying, like honest and consistent about it.
So the point of your story is that you didn't build a relationship with a guy because you didn't trust him.
Yes, exactly right. So when you're saying tell the truth, if it's bad, you got to tell the truth. You're not gonna. This guy literally, it's almost like he would only want to tell you good news. So it could be. Like it's almost like you had this feeling like even if he hated my shirt or thought it looked whack or something like that, he would still, that's a cool shirt.
And this is important. This brings me to another point, and that is balance. And I talk about balance all the time because all these things have to be balanced. And when you're talking about truth right now, you have to be tactful. Being truthful and being honest does not give you permission to be a jerk. Right. It doesn't do that. And so there's a difference between, I don't like Echo's shirt, so I'm going to say, dude, that's an ugly shirt, right? And just like when you're working with, subordinates and they screw something up, that was a horrible job. You let me down. No, okay. Hey, well, first of all, you want to take ownership of it. Hey, I obviously didn't give you good enough guidance. But the point that I'm trying to make is being honest with people. There's people that are blunt, honest leaders, and everyone hates them because they're so blunt. They don't have any tact. Right. They don't maneuver. They don't use jujitsu. They don't think, and they don't assess the whole situation. And they think that if I tell Echo, if I want Echo to use method A, and Echo's used to using method B, Echo might have a personality that if I go up and say, hey, use method A now, I'm being blunt, I'm being frank. What does Echo say to that? Echo's like, dude, I've been doing this a lot longer than you. I'm not going to do method A. I'm sticking with my method. That's real. I need to get, so you've got to influence people. You've got to be a chess player, not a checkers player. And so don't confuse being honest with being blunt and untactful and a jerk. You have to do jujitsu. And for anyone that's listening that doesn't do jujitsu is a very nuanced game where you're constantly trying to set things up and shape the situation. It's not like boxing. In boxing, I'm trying to punch you, you're trying to punch me. In jujitsu, you're trying to maneuver on the other person. You're trying to get better positions on them. You're trying to flank them and come in from a different direction that they didn't expect. That's what the art of leadership is. Mm-hmm. Anyone could go through a list of, hey, here's what you guys screwed up on the mission. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fix it. That guy's not going to be respected as a leader. Even though he's truthful and honest and blunt, it's not going to get him where he needs to be. Right. There's a whole nother game to play. Within the game. And it's dealing with egos and it's dealing with personalities. That's really what it boils down to. Everyone has different personalities, and learning how to be a craftsman that knows what tools to use with what different types of wood. That's what being a leader is.